Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me. This month, in honor of Earth Day on April 22nd, I am doing a video series on how to care for our Mother Earth. This week, I'm talking about different choices you can make to be friendly to Mother Earth, and that specifically means reducing your carbon footprint. Today's video is about transportation and travel. Before I get into that, if you're watching me on YouTube, please do subscribe to my channel. And if on Facebook, make sure you like my page, and either way, give this video a big thumbs up. Before I get into my tips, you might be asking, what does carbon footprint mean? You might also be asking, why do I even care about reducing my carbon footprint? The burning of fossil fuels produces what's called greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases get trapped in the atmosphere and hold in heat. That affects our crops and our water supply, which causes disease and malnutrition, especially in underprivileged countries. As you can imagine, pollution has an effect on everyone's health. Now, let's look at some ways that you can reduce your carbon footprint. Let's start with the no-brainers. Using alternative forms of transportation. Doing things like carpooling, walking, riding your bike, even riding a motor scooter or motorcycle, that's going to cut down on emissions and therefore cut down on fossil fuel burning. And of course, working from home eliminates that. But if you must drive a car, there are some options. You might be surprised to learn that an electric car is only low carbon if it's charged with clean electricity. Examples of clean electricity include wind power and solar power. So a hybrid or high mileage vehicle is going to be your best choice. You might not realize it, but making sure you have properly inflated tires also makes a difference. If your tires are inflated properly, your car is going to be its most efficient and your mileage is going to be the best. Now let's talk about some ways that you can reduce your carbon footprint when you travel. According to the EPA, air travel accounts for 2.5% of greenhouse gases being emitted, and that's increasing all the time. So some suggestions on cutting down your carbon footprint when you travel include doing things like taking a longer trip instead of going on several short trips. But if you decide to take a short trip, consider driving there instead of flying. When you are flying, keeping the weight down is key. So do things like ensure your baggage is light, travel minimally, take only what you need, and try to keep everything in your carry-on. Checking bags can be a nightmare for many reasons, but in this case, it allows you to bring extra stuff, which obviously increases the weight of the airplane. If you're an avid reader, bring along some audiobooks or ebooks because it weighs a lot less than a stack of paper books. Choosing your airline carefully is also important. There are a few airlines out there that do care about carbon emissions and have programs in place. At the time of this recording, those include Delta, United Airlines, JetBlue, and British Airways. However, that's changing all the time, so just do your reading and check up on it. Many airlines will also give you the option to purchase carbon offsets right when you purchase your ticket. If your airline doesn't offer that, you can also just do it on your own. I'm going to include a link in the description of this video of a really good article that shows you how. And I was really curious as to how much that might cost, and I did a calculation based on a trip I recently took between Dallas and Las Vegas, and the round trip cost was only about 18 bucks. So it's super affordable and something you can easily do. A great way to offset your carbons from taking a trip is to plant a tree. That tree will grow, and in 40 years' time, it will have offset the carbon footprint for the entire plane. I really hope you enjoyed my tips today. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.